There are 59 minutes left until the college entrance exam volunteer application system closes. I sit at the desk, and my fingertips refresh the volunteer page. Tsinghua University Department of Computer Science and Technology has confirmed submission. Modification permissions are locked. A line of small text pops up at the bottom right corner of the screen. You have activated the highest level of device protection. Only your own face verification can modify the volunteer. I breathe a sigh of relief, and my fingertips gently tap the desk. I open the class group chat that had been blocked for half a day. News from Jujiujiage jumps up quickly, densely filled with accounts and passwords. After every account string, there is a pleading sentence. Ruo Shi, sorry to trouble you. Please remember to change it back for me. Ruo Shi, rest assured, I will absolutely cooperate. Just don't forget to include me in the dividends. The group announcement is pinned at the very top. Red background with white characters. Strikingly conspicuous. The whole class will uniformly apply to the Western-oriented normal college to create the city's #1 united class. After the activity ends, it will be changed back uniformly, with each person receiving 2,000 yuan as an activity subsidy. The publisher is class monitor Lu Mingyu. Next comes the reply from homeroom teacher Zhang Maolin. Students, please cooperate actively. This is our class's collective honor, and school leaders are watching. I looked at the screen, sneering softly. 2,000 yuan. It buys the future of 12 years of hard work in school. These people really dare to sell. At that moment, my phone vibrated. Incoming call. Class monitor Lu Mingyu. I pressed the answer button but didn't say a word. The anger on the other end slammed at me head-on, making my ears tingle. Xia. What do you mean? Everyone is in the group chat coordinating the activity, and you stay silent and leave the group, deliberately ruining everyone's mood, right? I leaned back in the chair, my eyes fixed on the screen at the word locked. I have no interest in risking my future for you fools. Don't try to put a damper on me. Lu Mingyu snorted as if he heard a huge joke. Fooling around? The things teacher Zhang nodded to beforehand become fooling around in your mouth? Once this is done, our class will be famous across the city. By Ruashi's family's advancement program will directly give every student a 2,000 yuan red envelope. And if the accounts take off later, there will be dividends. His tone brimmed with contempt. You only know how to study day in and day out. Do you understand what it means to monetize traffic? If Ruashi says it, once her account takes off, our whole class can share the spotlight. It's far better than you going to a prestigious university to work. I couldn't help but laugh out loud. Going to a prestigious university and working after graduation is still better than not going to college at all. Lu Mingyu, if your brain really is that idle, why not memorize a couple more words and prepare to retake in advance? Lu Mingyu exploded instantly. Xia, what are you acting for? Isn't it just that you topped your grade? Do you really think you're sure to get into Qingbei? I'm telling you, now immediately add the group back. Apologize to Ruashi in the group, and send a 200 yuan red envelope as compensation. Just now, because you left the group, Ruashi cried, and everyone was unhappy. I raised an eyebrow. She cries. Why should I send a red envelope? If she wants to mess with all this messy stuff herself and her emotions are unstable, then she shouldn't come out and make a fool of herself. Lu Mingyu was blocked by me for a long time and couldn't speak. Then he roared in anger. We've been classmates for 3 years. Do you have to ruin our relationship like this? Will you still come to the graduation party in the future? Do you still want to blend in within our class circle? My fingertip paused. 3 years with classmates? I recalled the conversation I overheard 3 days ago outside the homeroom teacher's office. That day I went to submit materials for the competition prize, and as soon as I reached the door of the office, I heard White Ruashi's sweet voice coming from inside. Teacher Zhang, this time as long as the whole class in our grade fills out the orientation for a technical college, the topic will surely be blown up. My dad said that after things are done, he'll give you a 20,000 yuan hard work bonus. He's also arranged for you to be considered for this year's Excellent Homeroom Teacher Award through someone he knows. Zhang Maoling's voice was full of smiles, a complete contrast to his usual stern demeanor when facing us. You're still sensible. Unlike that Shinji Xia, a dead brain kind. He won't cooperate when the time comes. Ruashi let out a light laugh. If she, who's ranked first in that grade, also participates, the topic will double. If all else fails, we'll figure out a way to get her account and password and change it for her directly. Anyway, once the system is shut down, she'll have nowhere to cry. She can only join us in stirring up topics. Zhang Maolin agreed at once. All right, I'll handle this. I'll talk to her and pressure her to give up the password. She's just a student, how could she resist? I didn't listen to what came after. The award materials in my hands were wrinkled from my clutching. I originally thought that Ruashi's attempt at unifying the class was just childish nonsense. I didn't expect even the homeroom teacher to get involved. They banded together to treat the futures of the whole class as tools for them to make money and gain fame. That day I didn't go in to submit the materials, and I turned back to the classroom. From that day on, I began to prepare. I combed through the volunteer application guide released by the Provincial Education Examination Institute and studied all safety features. I enabled the device lock, binding my phone number and ID card. I set up 3 layers of security questions, with answers known only to myself. Finally, I activated the highest level of facial recognition. Any modification to the volunteer application must be approved by me in person with a face scan. I even deliberately called the Examination Institute for a consultation to confirm that as long as all protections are turned on, even if there is a username and password, the choice cannot be changed. When I hung up, the customer service girl particularly reminded me, "Student, never give your volunteer account to anyone. Every year there are students whose choices are tampered with by classmates. You must be careful." My heart sank at that moment. I didn't expect this kind of thing to really happen around me. Thinking of this, my tone cooled. We're both students, so let's not screw each other over. The path is chosen by yourself. Just don't regret it later. After saying that, I hung up the phone directly and casually added Lu Mingyu's number to the blacklist. Just put the phone down when another call came in. Caller ID, homeroom teacher Zhang Maolin. I answered the call but stayed silent. Zhang Maolin's voice carried his usual official tone, lofty and pretentious. "Xinjia, I'm teacher Zhang. You're the top student in our class. You should set an example by supporting the class's group activities. Ms. Ruashi leading this activity to unite the class is a good thing. It can raise our school's reputation. How can you go after her at every turn just because of a little personal feeling?" I leaned back against the chair, my tone calm. "Teacher Zhang, I didn't target anyone. The college entrance exam choice is a lifelong matter. I don't want to joke about it." Zhang Maolin's tone instantly sank. "What do you mean by joking? As your homeroom teacher, I could be harming you all, could I not? It's just a temporary adjustment. Once the heat dies down, we'll naturally change it back for everyone. What are you worried about? Doing something like this in a special way is very bad for the unity of the class. Now I order you, immediately re-add the class group and cooperate with classmate Ruashi's work." I laughed. "Order me? Teacher Zhang, in the college entrance examination application guide, which rule states that homeroom teachers can order students to change their choices? Or is this not a group activity, but that you took benefits from the Bai family and are helping them with the matter?" On the other end of the line, there was instant quiet. Even the breathing paused for a moment. 2 seconds later, Zhang Maolin's voice carried a hint of panic, then hardening again. "What nonsense are you talking about? I'm doing this all for the class's honor. Xinjia, I warn you, if you don't cooperate, I'll mark your overall quality assessment for this semester as unsatisfactory. If that affects your admission later, don't regret it." I raised an eyebrow. Overall quality assessment. They really treat it as a trump card. "Teacher Zhang, there are explicit regulations for the overall quality assessment. My grades are all excellent. I have won competitions, and I have no disciplinary record. On what basis would you deem me unqualified? Just because I refuse to accompany you to fake my own future? If you dare to hit randomly, I will report you to the Education Bureau." Zhang Maolin was roasted by me until his breath became rough. "Good. Very good. Xinji Xia, You've got guts. Don't think you're amazing just because you got a high score. I want to see if you can finally go to school smoothly in the end. After finishing speaking, he gave a sharp and hung up the phone. He certainly won't let it go at that. After all, my top-ranked status this year is their biggest gimmick in this hype. Without my involvement, the topic of the whole class applying to a specialized program would lack the most striking contrast. Sure enough, within 10 minutes, the doorbell rang at my house. I walked to the peephole to take a look. Outside stood two people, Bai Ruoshi and her sidekick Meng Jiao Jiao. Meng Jiao Jiao is known in the class as a sycophant, always trailing behind Bai Ruoshi, and loves creating trouble. Because I ranked first before, Bai Ruoshi was unhappy, and she spread rumors about me cheating on the exam. I didn't open the door. Bai Ruoshi's voice came through the door, gentle and weak, as if she had suffered a great grievance. Xixia, I know you're in there. I know you have opinions about me. Open the door and let's talk face to face. Shall we? Meng Jiao Jiao's voice sharpened sharply, with a hint of arrogance. Xixia, what are you dodging for? If Sister Ruoshi herself comes to apologize to you in person, what right do you still have to put on airs? I leaned against the door, my tone flat. If there's anything, say it over the phone. I don't have time. Bai Ruoshi's voice carried a crying tone, sounding extremely pitiful. Xia, I know you blame me for not discussing it with you in advance, but I'm doing it for our class as well. Our class has always been accused by other classes of not being united. I just want to seize this opportunity to pull everyone together. When the topic becomes popular, our school will gain a higher profile, which will be good for everyone. I laughed out loud. For everyone's good? For everyone's good. You just let everyone change their majors to the Western Directional Teacher Training College? Directional students who graduate have to go to remote areas to teach for 8 years, cannot take graduate school entrance exams, cannot take civil service exams, and if you breach the contract, you must pay a 10,000 yuan liquidated damages. Bai Ruoshi, have you told everyone these words? The room outside fell silent instantly. A few seconds later, Meng Jiao Jiao cried out. What nonsense are you talking? If Ruoshi Jia says it's just a temporary change, they'll revert it back after filming the video. You're just jealous that Sister Ruoshi has good relations with people, intentionally making sensational threats to scare everyone. I'm too lazy to waste time with them. The system will shut down in 40 minutes. If you really think it's just a temporary change, you should hurry up and change yours yourselves. Don't waste time in front of my door. Bai Ruoshi's voice cooled several degrees, no longer feigning weakness. Xixia, you really won't cooperate? Aren't you afraid that your own wishes/volunteer work will run into problems too? Oh, finally showing your fangs. I raise an eyebrow. What do you want to do? Bai Ruoshi let out a light, triumphant smile, her tone carrying the confidence of a sure win. It's nothing. Our class accounts and passwords were all collected by the class monitor. Did you log in with an account in the school computer lab when you filled out the volunteer application draft last week? The computer in the microcomputer room does remember the password. My heart moved. I indeed filled out a draft volunteer form in the school's computer room. When I was filling it out, I noticed that the browser had the remember password feature enabled by default. So after I finished filling it out, I specifically cleared all browsing history and password caches, and even restarted the computer. Not only that, I had already enabled remote login protection long ago. Even if they really got the password, without my phone verification code and facial recognition, they still can't log into my account. It seems they really intend to forcibly modify my volunteer choice. I speak calmly, then you can give it a try. If you can log into my account, consider me beaten. After finishing speaking, I ignored them and turned back to my desk. There were stomping sounds of Meng Jiao Jiao in a fit of anger just outside the door, and White Ruoshi trying to calm her. After a few more minutes, there was no more movement outside. I opened the security center page of the volunteer system. Sure enough, just a minute ago, there were 3 remote login attempts. All of it was caught by the system due to facial recognition failure. The login IP shows it came from a chain cafe in the city center. I curled my lips in a slight smile, daring to come anyway. I casually took screenshots of the login failure records, along with the IP address, and saved them into an encrypted folder. These are all evidence. Just then, the class group where my alt account is, was buzzing with messages. Lu Mingyu, damn, what's going on with Shinjixiao's account? There's a password and it won't log in. Meng Jiao Jiao, why can't I log in? I clearly wrote down the password for the computer room. By Ruashi. Forget it. If you can't log in, fine, it's okay to be short of her. Anyway, most people have changed it. The topic will be hot enough. Zhang Maolin, ignore her. Hurry up and change the rest. There's only half an hour before the system shuts down. Don't cause trouble. And then came row after row of replies. My modification is fixed. I'm done on my end as well. Youngest sister Ruashi. Don't forget the dividends. Haha. I looked at the screen, expressionless. Everyone has their own fate. I warned in advance. The road they chose. They must walk to the end even if kneeling. 20 minutes before the system powered down, my mom knocked on my door. Xia, your homeroom teacher called my phone. He said something about class activity, asks you to cooperate a bit, and he mentioned you're throwing a tantrum and not listening. I took my mom's phone. Sure enough, Zhang Maolin had called several times. I knew he wouldn't give up so easily. He actually found my parents and showed up here. My mom looked worried. Xia, what's going on? What collective activity? I patted my mom's hand soothingly. Mom, it's nothing. Just someone in the class is using underhanded tricks, trying to get everyone to change their college entrance exam preferences to a vocational college. Teacher Zhang accepted bribes, helped others speak on their behalf, and even tried to force me to change as well. My mom suddenly got anxious. What? Change your? Are you crazy? Can college entrance exam choices be changed at will? What's up with this homeroom teacher? I nodded. So I didn't agree, and he called to pressure you. Mom, don't trust him. The decision to volunteer is my own business. I absolutely must not listen to him. My mom immediately nodded. Then we definitely mustn't listen. 12 years of schooling. Isn't it just to get into a good university? If he calls again, Mom will just curse at him. I laughed. With a family member supporting me, there's nothing to fear. Just as I was finishing that thought, my phone rang again. It was a strange number. I picked up the phone. A middle-aged man's voice came through, serious and formal. Is this student Shinjixia? I am Li Jianfeng, director of the school's moral education office. Li Jianfeng, the school's head of moral education, usually oversees commendations and disciplinary actions. I never expected even he would get involved. This is Zhang Maolin bringing in reinforcements. I spoke calmly. Director Li. Hello. Is there something you need? Li Jianfeng's voice carried a coercive edge. Student Shinjixia, I hear that you refuse to participate in the class activities and talk back to your homeroom teacher. Our school has always emphasized a sense of collective honor, and as a top student in the grade, you should lead by example. This class bonding activity is a key project the school is focusing on, and you must cooperate. I laughed. Director Li, what collective activity requires using the college entrance examination volunteer as a gimmick? Or is it that the school also knows this is the Bai family's admissions agency pulling the strings behind the scenes? Li Jianfeng's voice faltered for a moment. What would a kid like you know? This is a good thing for boosting the school's reputation. I'm warning you. If you don't cooperate, I'll record a school disciplinary action and put it in your file. When the time comes, even if your grades are enough, Tsinghua won't admit a student with a disciplinary record. Threat. A naked, bare threat. My tone cooled down. Director Li, disciplinary actions are not recorded arbitrarily. I haven't violated any school rules or codes of discipline. On what basis do you record a sanction against me? Is it simply because I refuse to cooperate with your fabrication that harms the whole class? If you dare to falsify the records, I will take the evidence to the Municipal Education Bureau to report you. When the time comes, let's see who causes more trouble. Li Jianfeng probably didn't expect that one of my students would dare speak to him like that, and he was silent for a long time. After a few seconds, he said grimly, "Good, very good. Xia, don't regret it." After speaking, he hung up the phone. I put down my phone, and the more they rush to jump around, the more it shows they are guilty. Trying to intimidate me with disciplinary actions? They underestimate me too much. I opened the encrypted folder and saved the call recording from just now. From Zhang Maolin's first call, I started recording the conversation. I recorded all the threats and all the dialogues. One should never harbor malicious intent toward others, nor should one be without vigilance against others. There are 10 minutes left until the system shuts down. Bai Ruoshi sent me another text message. Xia, it's not too late to regret now. As long as you cooperate, I'll get my dad to give you a 5,000 yuan red envelope, and I'll cover your living expenses for college in the future. Otherwise, once we become famous, you'll be the only oddity in our class, and no one in our circle of classmates will pay attention to you. I looked at the text messages, casually deleted them, and casually blocked this number as well. Anomalies are anomalies. It's better than a future ruined. 6 o'clock in the afternoon sharp. The college entrance examination volunteer filling system closes on time. Almost at the same time, a few local advancement public accounts issued pre-written posts. Hot-blooded youth. A whole class from a city high school collectively fills Western-oriented majors to pursue a dream of teaching aid. The most beautiful graduation class. The whole class gives up undergraduate opportunities and pledges to root themselves in frontline education. The accompanying image is our class graduation photo, along with a portrait of Bai Ruoshi holding a microphone, smiling sweetly in an interview shot. The copywriting is moving and heartfelt, turning a group of students who were kept in the dark into idealistic and responsible youths of the new era, portraying Zhang Maolin as an excellent homeroom teacher who is effective in nurturing students and of high moral character. I was scrolling through my phone and felt only the irony. I even organized it on my own. They didn't even clarify what targeted specialties were, yet they were sold out and still counting money for others. Not long after, the news climbed to the local hot search ranking at number 3. The comments section was full of praise. So moved! Young people nowadays are so responsible. Now this is true youth. This homeroom teacher is amazing. The students he teaches have such noble morals. There are still quite a few parents asking in the comments which school and class it is, wanting to transfer their child there. The class group was lively and joyful, like New Year celebrations. It went viral. We trended on the hot searches. Sister Ruoshi is amazing. Following Sister Ruoshi is definitely the right choice. When will the 2,000 yuan red envelopes be distributed? Waiting eagerly for the bonus. Bai Ruoshi. Everyone, don't rush. Wait for the heat to rise a bit more. The red envelopes will definitely be plenty for everyone. Wait until my account takes off, and then everyone can make money together. Zhang Maolin. Students, our class has brought glory to the school this time. The principal just personally commended me. When school starts, every one of our class will have a school-level honor certificate. The group exploded with cheers and excitement, as if we had already reached the pinnacle of life. I turned off my phone and stopped looking. No matter how wild the revelry, reality that follows slaps back even harder. The day the admission notice arrives, there will be tears from them. In the next half-month, Bai Ruoshi used this wave of heat to boost her social media, gaining over 100,000 followers and becoming a local figure. Her father's educational institution also exploded in popularity. Summer admission slots were snapped up, earning piles of money. Zhang Maolin really was named an exemplary city homeroom teacher, and he received the award at the school-wide meeting, looking extraordinarily distinguished. Every day, classmates in the class chat group brag about the red envelopes they received, planning to host a celebration banquet and to present Bai Ruoshi with a banner. No one comes to trouble me anymore. It's as if this misfit oddball who doesn't fit in has been completely forgotten by the class. I am happy to stay quiet. I read books and learn programming at home every day, previews university courses in advance, and occasionally go shopping with my former middle school classmates. The days are fulfilling and comfortable. Until mid-July, The results of the first batch of undergraduate admissions were announced. That morning at 8 o'clock, the system opened for inquiries. I had just woken up, sitting in front of the computer, entering my exam number and ID card. The page loaded for 2 seconds. Admitted to the Department of Computer Science and Technology at Tsinghua University. The red admission letter stood out, unusually striking. I breathed a sigh of relief. 12 years of effort had finally yielded the best possible result. My dad and mom came over to see, and they were instantly overwhelmed with excitement. My mom's eyes turned red on the spot, and my dad rubbed his hands, unable to smile enough. Excellent! Excellent! My daughter is indeed capable. Hurry up and call your grandfather and grandmother to share the good news. I stopped them. Mom, Dad, don't make a fuss yet. After a few days, there will be a great show to watch. I didn't say anything wrong. That afternoon, the class was in an uproar. First, someone posted asking why the undergraduate admission results couldn't be found. Then someone foolishly checked the junior college batch and froze in astonishment. They actually were admitted to a targeted teacher training junior college in the West. The admission status clearly stated, confirmed, targeted employment. No withdrawal of admission. The screenshot was sent to the group, and at first everyone didn't believe it. They rushed to check theirs. One after another, they all had the same admission result. From initial confusion in the group, it turned into panic. What's going on? Didn't you say it was a temporary change? How did it become an actual admission? Ruashi Jia, didn't you say after filming the video you change it back? You tricked us? I checked. This targeted student cannot transfer majors, cannot drop out, and must go to the Western regions for 8 years of teaching after graduation. I scored 540 points in the exam. I could have gotten into the top university. Why did I end up going to a junior college? The messages were scrolling by at lightning speed, hundreds of them in just a few minutes. At first there were die-hard fans like Meng Jiaojiao who spoke up for Bai Ruashi, saying it might be a system delay and hadn't been fixed yet. But as more and more people found the results, everyone panicked. Bai Ruashi did not appear for a long time. Lu Mingyu also disappeared. Zhang Maolin even stopped speaking in the group. Until more than 8 o'clock in the evening, Bai Ruashi finally sent a message in the group. It was everyone's voluntary act to hand over the account and password, and everyone's sign-off consent as well. Now that I have been admitted, there's nothing I can do. As soon as this sentence came out, the group chat exploded. What do you mean you can't do it? You said it was only a temporary change back then. You lied to us. You've ruined our futures. Bai Ruashi, come out. Give us an explanation. Meng Jiaojiao is still speaking up for her. You agreed yourselves. Now who are you blaming? Why didn't you say thank you when you took the red envelopes? Now that something happened, you blame others? This sentence added fuel to the fire. And the group chat immediately descended into a chaotic mess. Some scold Bai Ruashi as heartless, some curse Meng Jiaojiao as a sycophant, and others blame each other. A once harmonious class group chat instantly turned into a battlefield of insults. Early the next day, more than a dozen students, accompanied by their parents, rushed to the entrance of Bai Ruashi's education institution. The gate was tightly shut, and no one opened after pounding for a long time. It wasn't until noon that Bai Ruashi's father appeared. He was flaunting a beer belly, with an attitude that was extremely arrogant. What are you making a fuss about? Everyone, quiet down. A parent rushed forward at once. Boss Bai, your daughter deceived our child into changing their major. You owe us an explanation. My son could have gotten into a second-tier university, but now he's enrolled in a vocational college. You must take responsibility. Mr. Bai, the father, sneered and pulled out a stack of papers. Take responsibility? Responsible for what? This is the collective voluntary activity consent form signed by your child. Plain white paper with black text. Handwritten signature. The account password was also submitted by you, and the volunteer information was filled in using your own account. If you have the guts, sue me in court. A group of students and parents were stunned. Only then did they remember that last month during the class meeting, Zhang Maolin indeed had everyone sign a document. At the time it was said to be a safety liability statement for collective social practice activities, but no one even looked at it before signing. Unexpectedly, it turned out to be the consent form for changing volunteers. They were swindled. Plain and simple. Once a name is signed on a blank page, even if it ends up in court, it will be hard to win. A group of people, having exhausted their options, marched into the school to find Zhang Maolin. Zhang Maolin is even more shameless. He directly closed his office door, refusing to see anyone, with security guards barred from entry. In the end, the person brought out one sentence. This is an activity organized by the students themselves. I was informed, but not involved. I repeatedly reminded everyone to be prudent at the time. It was they who insisted on doing it themselves. When these words were spoken, everyone blew up with anger. At first, it was clearly him taking the lead in the group and saying it was a collective honor. Now that something happened, he actually turns on people, disavows everyone, and shirks all responsibility. Someone pulled out the group chat records as evidence. Zhang Maolin, however, said that he didn't log in with that account. It was Lu Mingyu, the class monitor, who used his phone to post. He directly dumped all the blame on Lu Mingyu. Lu Mingyu's situation was even worse. He originally thought that sticking with Bai Ruoshi would bring him a lot of benefits and that he could get a job at Bai Family's organization. The outcome benefits didn't materialize. Instead, I ended up becoming the biggest scapegoat. Surrounded and cursed by a group of parents for a whole afternoon, I didn't even dare go home. In desperation, someone suggested, wasn't it that back then Shinjixia refused to change her volunteer/majors? Wait, keep term? Here refers to college major choice. We'll translate as major choice. She studies so well. She surely understands these policies. Why didn't she remind us at the time? Yes, she did it on purpose. She wants to see us laugh at us. Let's go. Find her. Have her help us think of a way. She does well in her studies. Surely she knows people in the Education Bureau. As soon as this sentence came out, everyone seemed to have found a vent. A large group of people came rushing toward my community. When I heard the noise downstairs, I was sitting in the living room eating watermelon. I went to the balcony to look down. More than a dozen people swarmed, blocking the entrance to my building. There are classmates in the class, and a few parents who are emotional. Luo Mingyu stands at the front, shouting hoarsely, Shinjixia, come down. You knew this would happen a long time ago, didn't you? You deliberately didn't tell us. You're too vicious. My mom was anxious on the side. What's going on? How did they cause trouble and come into our house? Did you do something wrong yourself and then blame others? I patted my mom's hand soothingly. It's okay, Mom. I'll handle it. I picked up my phone. First dialed 110 to report an emergency. Then I picked up the USB drive I had prepared long ago, opened the door, and went downstairs. As soon as we reached the unit entrance, a group of people swarmed over. The lead was an aunt in a floral shirt. Who is the mother of Wang Hao in our class? She pointed at my nose and began to scold. Are you Shinjixia? How could you be so cruel? You knew full well it was a trap. Why didn't you warn my son? My son was originally able to attend a second-tier university, but now he's admitted to a vocational college. Are you satisfied? Other parents chimed in as well. Exactly. We're all classmates. How can you stand by and do nothing? You must be jealous that everyone's getting popular, so you deliberately stay quiet. How could someone so young have such a vicious mind? Lu Mingyu was fanning the flames from the side. Shinjixia, it's no use to say these now. Aren't you powerful? Go help us contact the Education Bureau and change the voluntary admission back. Otherwise we'll block your doorstep every day. So you can't go to college. I looked at this group and only felt that they were ridiculous. When I advised them at first, each one looked down on me, saying I was meddling and that I didn't understand traffic economics. Now that something went wrong, they come to push me to help. Where in the world is there such a good thing? I raised my hand to signal everyone to quiet down. First, the volunteers were the ones who changed themselves. The account passwords were given by you, and the signatures were written by you. From start to finish, I wasn't involved, and I didn't force any of you. Secondly, I did warn you at the time. I told Lu Mingyu not to joke about the future. I also told Teacher Zhang that this is against the rules. It's because you didn't listen yourselves. Saying I'm meddling. Saying I'm studious to the point of obsession. I look at Lu Mingyu. Back then you said, 2,000 yuan in dividends is better than attending a prestigious university. So, you won't admit it now? Lu Mingyu's face alternates between red and white, furious with embarrassment. That was by Ruashi who lied to me. I didn't know I would actually be admitted either. Someone shouts from behind. What's the use of saying this now? Hurry up and help us think of a way. You study so well. You must know many people. There must be a way. I shook my head. I can't. The volunteer system has long been closed. The admission results have already been announced, and no one can change them. Either go study, or repeat reading. As soon as this sentence came out, everyone exploded. Repeat reading? I don't want to repeat reading. Senior year in high school is exhausting. It's your fault. If you had told us clearly earlier, we wouldn't be like this. It's all your fault. You have to take responsibility. Wang Hao's mother came up even more directly, reaching out to grab my arm. If you don't help my son solve this today, I won't leave. I'll stay at your house. Just as her hand was about to touch me, the siren grew louder from the distance. The police are here. 2 uniformed police officers walked over, and one pulled away Wang Hao's mother. What's going on? Causing a disturbance? Wang Hao's mother immediately changed her expression, sat on the ground, and began to cry. Comrade police officer, you must stand up for us. This girl clearly knew there was a problem with volunteering and deliberately didn't remind us, causing my son to be admitted to a specialized program. Her heart is too cruel. Other parents also chimed in, all talking at once about their plight. The police frowned and looked at me. Classmate, tell me what happened. I calmly pull out the USB drive in my hand. Comrade police officer, this contains all the evidence. From start to finish, I have been the victim. They not only tampered with the entire class's volunteer choices but also attempted to steal my account multiple times. Now they have caused the consequences themselves and come to my home to make trouble, harassing my family. The police took the USB drive and opened it on a laptop they had with them right away. The more they looked, the tighter their brows drew. A few dozen minutes later, the police closed the laptop and looked seriously at the group of parents and students. Are these chat records and recordings real? You handed over the accounts and passwords for the college entrance exam choices to someone else. And you even agreed to modify the choices? A group of people fell silent at once. Wang Hao's mother tried to argue her case. We thought we were just making a temporary change. Just making a video and it would be changed back. We were also deceived. The police spoke seriously. The college entrance examination application is a matter of great importance. How could you entrust it to strangers so casually? Now the system is closed. The admission results are fixed. No one can change them. You are causing trouble blocking someone else's doorway now, which has already. Hurry up and disperse. If there's a next time, you all come with me back to the police station to deal with it. Parents exchanged glances. No one dared to cause trouble again. Lu Mingyu was still not willing to give up. So what do we do? Is our future ruined like this? The police said, you can choose to repeat a grade, or consult the education department about other options for advancement. But harassing others is definitely not right. After speaking, the police criticized the education system a few more times, and then let them go. A group of people slunk away. Before leaving, a few of them glared at me viciously, but I paid no attention. They chose the path themselves. Why should I pay for their mistakes? I thought after making such a fuss, they would calm down. Unexpectedly, the next day, a large number of posts suddenly appeared online. Top of the Gaokao is indifferent and selfish. Watch as the whole class falls into a trap. First in the grade stays self-centered. The future of the classmates is ruined. Yet she remains cold and indifferent. The posts paint me as a cold, selfish, callous profiteer who saves face and refuses to help. They say I clearly knew Bairuashi's scheme long ago, but deliberately didn't warn everyone, just to highlight myself and watch others laugh at the joke. They still say I have character issues. Even if I get into Tsinghua University, I'm a high IQ bad person. There are many netizens who don't know the truth following and scolding. Too cold-blooded. Aren't they all classmates? Would a reminder kill you? Are all current top students this selfish? Only thinking of themselves. People like this, even if they study at Tsinghua, will never have any future. Even someone dug up my school and name, threatening to report me to the Tsinghua admissions office to cancel my admission. No need to guess. It was obviously Bairuashi and the others who did it. I messed up and don't want to take responsibility. Instead, trying to dump all the dirty water on me. Want to rely on online harassment to divert public attention and whitewash yourself? Not that easy. Since they want to play, I'll play along until the end. I wasn't in a hurry to clarify. Instead, I opened the encrypted folder in my computer that had been hidden for a long time. Inside were not only chat records and call recordings, but also all the dirt I had previously found on the Bai family's educational institution. As soon as I discovered their plot, I casually checked out this organization at the White family. I didn't expect what I found. A check revealed something shocking. This organization does not have any formal admission planning credentials at all. It operates without a license. For the past 3 years, they have been fooling a group of high-scoring students every year into applying to obscure schools and junk colleges, pocketing large enrollment kickbacks in the process. Last year, there was a student who was duped into enrolling in a full-time undergraduate program, only to realize after a year that the degree couldn't be verified on the National Education and Degree Database. The parents protested for a long time, but were finally pressured by the Bai family to drop it, and were forced to sign a confidentiality agreement. Even more importantly, I found that Zhang Maolin and the head of moral education, Li Jianfeng, take bribes from Bai family institutions every year. Li Jianfeng is in charge of the school's admissions and moral education work, and he regularly colludes with various advancement institutions, introducing students to them in exchange for a kickback. This time, the whole class switching to volunteer incident. Li Jianfeng not only participated in planning, but also helped Bai Jiao contact local media to issue a press release to stir up the heat. These pieces of evidence include the industrial and commercial records from QCC, posts from past victims, and a transfer screenshot that Bairuashi accidentally leaked in the group files. I have organized them all one by one. Originally, I didn't want to make things so final. After all, they are classmates. They brought this upon themselves, and that would be enough. But now, they have turned around and bitten me back, trying to ruin my reputation and prevent me from continuing my studies. Then don't blame me for being rude. That night, I registered a new social account. I organized all the evidence, sorted it in chronological order, and made it into a long Weibo post to publish. From the very beginning, the class group chat records, to the covert recordings of Bairuashi and Zhang Maolin, from their 3 failed account theft system screenshots to the business license proving that the White family organization operates without credentials. From years of victim records of deceiving students to the transfer voucher screenshots for Zhang Maolin and Li Jianfeng. All the evidence is clear. The chain is complete. The caption is only one sentence. I am not obligated to pay for others' stupidity, but I am obligated to reveal the truth. I didn't buy traffic, and I didn't ask anyone to repost. But this Weibo post still blew up in the middle of the night. At first, a few local education advancement bloggers shared it. Then it spread wider and wider. In just 3 hours, it surged onto the national hot search list. Public opinion was completely reversed overnight. Oh my goodness. The truth is really like this. This is so disgusting. These students are so stupid, saying their college choices to others and they just tell others? This isn't solidarity in the class at all. It's clearly a gang scam. That homeroom teacher and the moral education director are too outrageous. They actually colluded with the organization to pit their own students. feeling sorry for this top student not only almost having their college major changed, but also being accused and subjected to online mobbing. If it were me, I wouldn't warn them either. Why remind at all? Even if I remind, I'll be told I'm meddling. If it were me, I'd stay far away too. Hurry to severely investigate this organization and school leadership. This is lawlessness to the extreme. The public interest is growing hotter and hotter. The next morning, the Municipal Education Bureau officially released a bulletin. It stated that a special investigation team has been established to conduct a thorough inquiry into the matter, and there will be no leniency. The Market Regulation Bureau also intervened to file a case against BI's Educational Advancement Organization. Things had completely spiraled out of control. Bai Ruoshi's social media account lost hundreds of thousands of followers overnight, and the comments were full of abuse. Her father's organization was directly shuttered, and the entrance was crowded with parents defending their rights and victims from previous years. Zhang Maolin and Li Jianfeng were suspended for investigation on the same day, and the school issued a statement overnight, saying it was a personal act and had nothing to do with the school. Lu Mingyu and Meng Jiaojiao were also exposed by netizens, becoming objects of mockery across the internet. Those netizens who used to insult me have come to my account to apologize. There are also many people who support me, saying I did the right thing and shouldn't indulge this group of people. When I look at the online comments, I feel little fluctuation in my heart. I never thought of becoming a hero. I just want to protect my own future. And by the way, ensure that those who do wrong receive the punishment they deserve. Another week passed, and the official investigation results were released. The White Family's Education Agency was suspended for licenses due to unlicensed operation. False advertising, fraud and other charges. Fined $1 million. White's father was criminally detained by the public security authorities on suspicion of fraud, facing criminal proceedings. As a minor, Bai Ruoshi has not borne criminal responsibility, but she nevertheless left administrative records, which will affect her further education and employment. She originally studied broadcasting hosting, and her major was divided into a decent undergraduate program at a good university. Now, because of political vetting issues, all art schools are not admitting students. In the end, she could only go to study at the Western-oriented normal college that she had personally revised herself. Zhang Maolin and Li Jianfeng were dismissed from public office, had their teaching qualifications revoked, and given serious warning within the party for taking bribes and illegally participating in profit-making activities by abusing their official positions. The bribes received have been fully handed over to the Treasury, and further investigations will follow. Although Lu Mingyu is also a victim, because of his involvement in collecting account passwords and assisting in fraud, he has shouldered corresponding responsibilities. He could have attended a decent second-tier university with his grades, but now he can only enroll in that vocational college. Because of this affair, his reputation locally has soured, and people point at him wherever he goes. Meng Jiaojiao is even more pitiful. Not only did she participate in spreading rumors, but she also led online harassment against me, posting many insulting remarks. Finally, she was publicly criticized by the school, and a demerit record was left in her file. Her family had originally wanted her to join the army, but due to this punishment, she failed the political review directly. As for the other students in the class, most of them can only pay for their own impulses, accept reality, and pack their bags to go to the West to study for a technical college. No one comes to bother me anymore. Later, a few more classmates asked our junior high classmates to pass along messages to me, saying they regretted not listening to me at the time. I didn't respond. There is no cure for regret in the world. Everyone has to take responsibility for their own choices. At the end of August, I received an admission letter from Tsinghua University. A few days before the semester started, I went back to my high school to pick up my file, and at the bus stop outside the school gate I ran into Bai Ruoshi. She had lost a lot of weight. Her face looked pale, her hair tied in a very ordinary ponytail, and she wore a washed-out white t-shirt. In her eyes, the previous arrogance and pride were gone, leaving only fatigue and gloom. She saw me, paused, and her lips moved. Qin Xixia. I paused, looking at her, saying nothing. She lowered her head, her voice very soft and hoarse. Sorry. In the beginning, I was the one who was bewitched, harmed everyone, and harmed myself. I looked at her, my tone flat. What you owe isn't me. It's the classmates whose futures you ruined. And yourself, too. After I finished speaking, I turned and walked away. The people and events behind me had already become the past. In front of me lay a brand new future.